In this video, we're going to talk about a few different node types that are available within Elasticsearch or that you can use within your cluster. So we'll talk about a master node, kind of what it does and why it matters within your Elasticsearch cluster. We'll show you a master node within Kibana, and then we'll configure a master node. So a master node has the ability to control the rest of the cluster. The master node will tell the cluster when it needs to move shards around, when it needs to move replicas around. The master node can determine whether a node is healthy or unhealthy and kick it out of the cluster. You can have multiple nodes within your cluster that are able to be or are eligible to be the master node. You will only ever have one master node at a time, but in a production environment, you would want to have at least 3. That way, if one of your nodes goes down, the other 2 can still continue to connect and work together, or to verify so you don't have what they call split brain syndrome, where your cluster thinks each independent master node can run on its own, and they think their own cluster, and then things just get all confused. So the way Elastic describes it, I'm going to read it. I know it's on the screen, but the master node is responsible for lightweight cluster-wide actions, such as creating or deleting an index, tracking which nodes are part of the cluster, and deciding which shards to allocate to which nodes. It's important for cluster health to have a stable master node. The reason I wanted to dig into this a little bit, the word that I find key in here is it is a lightweight node. So a pure master-only node does not have to be as heavy or beefy or as vertically scaled of a node as your indexing and data node. So the master node, it still does a lot of work. It does continuous work. So as an example, if you're on Amazon, if you're at AWS, using an EC2 cluster or an EC2 instance, for a master node, don't use a T because it will run out of credits, as I have found out in a production environment. Enough work that you should have a dedicated node that is fully sized or is able to continuously run. So configuring a master-only node is very straightforward. All you do is set a single attribute within your elasticsearch.yaml, node.master:true, which means that node is master eligible. That is the default value within Elastic YAML. You can also turn off data to make a master only node. Alright, in the next video, we're going to dive into these configuration files to set up different types of nodes. So we'll look at master and data nodes and the importance we'll have for designing our Elasticsearch cluster.